I'm Aiman, and welcome back to one of my DIY videos. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to pull out an oven so that you can access the back side of it. This video is pretty important, especially if you're not a really big person. If you're a big person, I'm sure you could just reach around the appliance and pull it out. But especially if you're a small person like my family, this is a very useful video. There are many ways to do this, so this is not the only way. And if you guys in the comments have any other suggestions for how to do it, please let us know down in the comments below. You can help out other people. So we're gonna get right to it. This might be very difficult for people who don't have a lot of range, but one way you can get leverage is to pull out the bottom drawer and get your hands on the bottom rim below the oven. That's a pretty secure place to get it. It's a very stable place. And then pull. Just like that. And if your feet are stuck, for example, the oven feet, sometimes they're like basically glued to the floor after a lot of years. You just grab and you pull up. And you can get two people to help you out. But in general, that should give you some leverage to help pull out the oven, even with a tiny frame like I have. So let's pull it out fully. There we go. Yeah. So that's one option that you have. I hope if you try this out that it helps you out. And if it doesn't, then feel free to suggest alternatives down in the comments below. I mean, one thing I was suggesting is maybe you could take a strap and loop it around the back and pull it out. But that wouldn't really work if the oven is in a tight space. So let us know if there's any other methods that you can think of. But now we can access the backside. And the reason that we're doing this video is so that we can repair our malfunctioning stovetop. So if you're interested in that video, go check it out. It's going to be the next few videos that we're doing on my channel. So we'll link it down in the description down below if you're interested in watching it. And I'll see you there. But for now, I'm Aiman. Thanks for watching. I hope this video helped you out. Please like, comment, subscribe, and look at other videos on EyeOnAiman, especially the videos on DIY repair. And I'll see you there. I'm Aiman, and thanks for watching. Signing out. Peace. As a little disclaimer, make sure the bottom of this the underside of this might be a bit sharp, so just make sure to wear thick gloves when you're doing this, just to be safe, if you're not sure how the underside feels. It should be okay. Now, in that case, it fell off. You can see where exactly it might be supported and where it all screws in. So to help you with your research, these switches are called by many different names. One is infinite switch, surface element switch, a burner switch because it controls burners. You might hear people call them regulators. I think the genuine one is $180. We got this aftermarket. I think it's about $70. So if you really need to replace this, definitely recommend Amazon. Okay, so not sure what really happened, but my theory is that when we plugged it in, this metal contact sort of caved in. We were actually plugging it in between the contact and the plastic. And even if the contact itself is not tight enough, it's easy to fix with a needle nose plier to sort of tighten that up and squeeze it in, crimp it in more. But now when we plug it in, we have a pretty tight fit. But now that they're all rewired, we want to make sure that the top is again facing the top side. Is it focusing? Yeah. Make sure that the top is facing the top. And loop it back too. Then we have to screw it back on. Oh. Wrong door. This door. If you look right here behind the drawer, you can see all the important manufacturer information, including the model number and the serial number.